Hey everyone, Jim here. It's time for the 2023 Great Minnesota Aviation Gathering. I hitched a ride over to the Buffalo Municipal Airport with my friend Ellen to check out the event.
We should do some flying.
The Great Minnesota Aviation Gathering is an annual event held by the Minnesota Pilots Association. This year's event was at the Buffalo Municipal Airport in Buffalo, Minnesota. The event is a mix of exhibitors, presenters, and checking out the cool aircraft that show up on the ramp. I had planned to bring my own cool aircraft, but the Sundowner was still down for annual. That's where my friend Ellen came to the rescue and offered to give me a ride out to the event. So we hopped in her flying club's Piper Arrow and took a quick 20-minute flight over to Buffalo. It was an absolutely beautiful morning to get up in the air and do some flying. And with fairly calm winds, the departure runway of 27 put us on a straight shot west to Buffalo. Now Buffalo is only 27 miles from the Anoka County Blaine Airport. We could have easily driven to Buffalo, but who would give up a shot like this to be up in the air on such a crisp, calm morning? So Ellen and I were going to the same place, but we had different missions for the day. I was focused on checking out different exhibitors and presenters, hopefully connecting with old guests from the podcast, and doing a bit of scouting for guests for future episodes of the podcast. Ellen was on a different kind of scouting and recruiting mission. She was working the booth for the Minnesota chapter of the 99s. For those not familiar, it is an international organization of licensed women pilots. It is a really cool organization set on inspiring women pilots everywhere. So if you're not familiar, I'll put a link down in the description for you to check them out. On the way out, not only did I get a chance to catch up with Ellen, but she's an active CFI, so as I'm working on my CFI rating, it was a really good opportunity to pick her brain, learn about some of the challenges, and get some tips and tricks on how to be a successful instructor. As we started getting closer to Buffalo, there was more and more air traffic in the area trying to go to the event, so we were both looking pretty closely for other aircraft. After scanning some severe clear, Ellen was able to point out an aircraft that was at our altitude and a couple miles away. One of the really great things about living in the land of 10,000 lakes, checking them out from the air. As much as I love being pilot in command, there is something to be said about sitting in the right seat and just taking it in sometimes. As we arrived at Buffalo, it was time to watch Ellen work her magic and gracefully bring the arrow in. Thanks. I feel like he needs one more person. I feel almost like we're chasing him.
Right, and I don't like that because you should not have your back to the running propeller.
We have arrived.
Oh, it's such a beautiful morning.
Thanks for flying me over here.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
After we arrived, Ellen got to work at her booth, and I sat and watched some of the arrivals to the show. There's plenty of activity to watch, as there was also a pancake breakfast going on the same time as setup. I used my time in the morning to check out what was going on the ramp. Another cool feature throughout the day, EAA chapters were giving presentations to local scouts working on merit badges in aerospace. One of my favorite planes on the ramp was this beautiful 1949 Cessna 190. It had a polished mirror finish and was really popular among the photographers on the airport. This next demonstration I would never call just a model airplane. This 1/5 scale F-18, modeled after the Blue Angels, has working turbine engines, a top speed of 200 miles an hour, and working smoke. Owner Mike Danielson fired up the engines and taxied it around the ramp for us.
It's spinning them, it's adding fuel, and it's clicking the igniter.
There were plenty of great looking aircraft on the ramp to check out. There was a really great variety of aircraft, from Stearmans to Sea Rays, Cubs to Cirruses, and many of them found their way into the viewfinder of my camera.
Buffalo Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation.
Are you in the market for a quality pair of sunglasses while you fly? Well, check out the Flying Eyes that Ellen is sporting. They're lightweight, have a gradient tint but not polarized. They've got really great coverage and they're excellent under headsets. If you use coupon code FlyingMidwest10 at checkout, you can get 10% off your purchase of Flying Eyes. You can check out the link in the description below.
Here goes Steve. We'll wait for Steve, I suppose.
Okay. I don't know, Steve.
I feel like he's kind of like one of my airport dads.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, it's good to have some airport dads. Alright, door and window for takeoff. Doors latch. Doors latch. Toes closed. Doors seal. Seats belts. Autopilot's off. Fuel selector is on. The full tank. Fuel pumps on. Landing lights on. Trim is set.
Buffalo traffic, Cessna Skywagon 529 Papa Hotel is departing runway 16 to the east at Buffalo.
It's 18, Steve.
Whoops.
Buffalo traffic, Aero 15380 is departing runway 18, left turn to the east, Buffalo.
Buffalo traffic 70 Bravo, clear of 18.
No.
Buffalo traffic, 70 Bravo, taxi, Alpha 1 departing.
See ya.
Wouldn't wanna be ya. Buffalo traffic, Girl 15380 is departing the area to the east, Buffalo.
Did you have a fun time today?
Yeah, I had a great time. What about you?
Yeah, it was a good time.
Awesome.
I'm a little bummed a couple people weren't there, but
Yeah. Who
overall, it was
were
a
you
good
hoping
time.
to see that wasn't there?
So, Harry McCauley wasn't there.
Oh, what happened to his seminar?
I don't know. He was supposed to be there, supposed to present, and something happened.
Huh.
But Randy stepped up and did a really good job with his trip out to Idaho.
Oh, that's good.
Talking about mountain flying, that was really cool.
That's good.
Pulling Mike with that miniature Blue Angel, that was cool.
Yeah.
So he's emailed me already. I gave him a business card.
Yeah.
He emailed me already. So,
Nice.
you guys find some new members?
Yeah, I think we definitely, I mean, the one young woman who was working over at Wings,
Okay.
she definitely seemed really interested, and honestly, she seems really fun. Like, I'm hoping she does join. I think, you know, it's one of those, it's a funny thing where it's like, we're trying to get members, but it's really just like, I don't know, it feels like we're trying to recruit people for a cult, but it's also like, we don't want you to come and give us anything, we just want you to come be friends with us, and we want to be friends with you. Like,
Come be our friend.
right, like, that's kind of the whole marketing pitch, honestly, so. A good group of people, you know?
Milk Tower information, Juliet, 1950 Zulu, wind at 220 at 7, variable between 210 and 270. Weather better than 5005, temperature 22, dew point 3, altimeter 3017. All approaches available, landing and departing runway 27. Attention all aircraft, 5G node in effect for Anoka Airport. For information, contact flight service. Use caution on in the vicinity of Anoka Airport for migratory waterfalls. Go for VORTAG, out of service.
My favorite kind of bumping.
Yeah, it's one of
Quick
those,
little
like,
jolts.
we could go to 35, it'd probably be the same.
Probably, and for where we're going, it doesn't matter because the
No.
field's already in sight.
Right, I know. I always have a little bit of heartburn flying to Buffalo, but I'm like, you know, the drive sucks. Like, I mean, you cross this distance, you're like, that is not no distance. I mean, it is, you know,
Oh, yeah.
35 nautical miles, which is not nothing. I mean, that's 45 minutes in the car.
Yep.
I mean, for me, coming from Minneapolis, it's a 45 to an hour drive.
And we're going in a straight line.
Right, and that always makes me feel better. I think it's like, even if it takes me a little extra time, woo, there's a good updraft. Like, if it takes me, 15-20 minutes to pre-flight the plane after I already drove 15 minutes up here, and then I still have to fly, 15 minutes over, I don't know, I think it's still worthwhile.
Well, let's be honest, we're in an airplane right now.
Right.
So it's not all bad.
No, exactly, not at all. Even if it's only, even if you only flew less than an hour round trip, like, I'd still rather fly than drive.
Yeah, right.
And it's a nice day. It's no big.
'Tis the season for some bumping.
Yeah, we get over it.
Yep.
Nuka Tower 15380 is 10 miles to the west and bound for landing with Juliet. I think it was Juliet.
Yep, it was.
Okay.
Five three at 0, Noka, roger. Runway 27, report right midfield downwind.
We're set up better for a left downwind, but we can do the right if you want it. 380.
Sir, left is fine, report left midfield downwind.
Report left midfield downwind for 27380.
Maybe
There's-
very soon.
There's Gopher. Hi, Gopher.
It's out of service.
I know. Someone should fix it.
Why is it out of service?
I don't know.
Skyway Center Buffalo Hotel is just northwest of the field now.
And 380 is left midfield downwind, runway 27. Bueller.
380, runway 27, clear to land.
27 clear to land, 380.
Minoka Tower, North American 514TH, ready for departure, runway 27 southwest.
428, roger, traffic's left base, turning final, hold short.
Roger, hold short. Traffic inside, North American 428.
Red, blue, 3 green. I regret taking that power out. Goes.
Flies like a brick, so.
One 530, cadet ground 121.85.
Over to ground 30, cadet. NOCA ground, Aero 15380 is clear 27 on Echo going to the east side.
Aero 15380, NOCA ground, straight ahead into parking. Have a good day.
Straight ahead to parking 380, have a good day, Chris.
You too.
That was so fast. What time is it? Is it even 4? 3:50 is not even 4.
I turned that on 22 minutes ago. Not only are we on the ground, we're already taxiing.
I know.
And I think it included taxiing time.
I think we had a tailwind. I mean, the wind's out of the west, so.
You think?
Yeah, I do. Like, my general rule of thumb is, like, if you can fly there and back in less than the time it takes to drive one way, the flight is probably worth it. I don't know if it holds up at this distance, but
I'm going to go with it.
I'm going to go with it too, because I just am so much happier doing this than driving.
I support you in this.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Well, since there were 2 of us, the carbon footprint was smaller, so I can feel a little bit better.
There you go, because I didn't take a car.
Right, exactly.
Well, thanks so much for joining me on my trip to the 2023 Great Minnesota Aviation Gathering. I had a really great time checking out some speakers, making some great connections for the podcast, and checking out all the great aircraft on the ramp. I want to give a huge thank you to my friend Ellen for being my aircraft Uber out to Buffalo. If you haven't checked out the Fly Midwest podcast yet, what are you waiting for? Our podcast is available wherever podcasts can be found. Apple, Spotify, and so many more. If you're not sure where to look, check out our website, flyingmidwest.com. Thanks so much for flying with me. Until next time, see ya! Be sure to like and subscribe for more great content from the Fly Midwest Podcast.